Hi and welcome. In this video, I will show you how to build a real-time IoT data streaming pipeline. We will start by simulating IoT devices sending data to Azure Event Hub and then process and explore the data with Azure Data Explorer, then visualize the real-time result with PowerBI dashboard. By the end of this video, you will understand how to go from data motion to real-time insights. In our demo for today, we have 4 different buildings: building A, building B, building C, and building D. And in each of these buildings, we have 5 different sensors that they are sending the data about the temperature to our server here. And then the server is sending the batch information to Azure Event Hub. Also, Azure Data Explorer is ingesting the data almost in real time from Azure Event Hub. And then with Power BI, we are basically getting the data in real time, and we are able to show the information and the statistics in a much more better way, and we can visualize it, let's say, much better with different charts and so on. So this is what we are going to create today, and let's get started. I am logged in Azure, and I will start with creating a resource group. RG demo, West Europe. Next step is to create the Event Hub. Create our resource group, the name, the region West Europe, and the pricing tier, we will go with the basic pricing tier. Waiting for validation, then create. Okay, we need to deploy our Azure Data Explorer. To the same resource group, cluster name, West Europe. Our workload for our test menu, dev and test, is totally sufficient. Scaling can remain to 1 instance, and we hit create. The deployment is over. Let's head back to the resource and create our database. We will call it IoT data and everything as default. Let's go to the database and create our table. In our table, we have 5 fields: device ID, humidity, location, temperature, and timestamp. Now we need to connect our Azure Data Explorer with Event Hub. But before that, we need to create an Event Hub inside Event Hub namespace. For that, I will open the Event Hub first. From Entities, Event Hub, we add one. We call it Event Hub Sensor Data. And everything else can remain the same. We go to our Event Hub, and I would like to here create a connection string under the settings, shared access policies, because we are going to need this connection string to connect from our application. We hit create. Great. Now we can connect our Azure Data Explorer to Event Hub. So let's go back to the other tab, and here we click on data connection. From here, if we click on the dropdown, as you can see, we are able to connect to these 4 different services. I click on the Event Hub. We give it a name. For example, Event Hub connection, our subscription development. We choose our Event Hub namespace and our Event Hub here. The default consumer group. Here the format should be JSON. Also, we choose our table here in the Azure Data Explorer, and then we hit create. Okay, our connection is in place, and I would like to discuss here about default data ingestion between Azure Data Explorer and Event Hub. The default behaving is like Azure Data Explorer waits for 5 minutes or 10,000 items before ingesting them. And I would like to change this behaving here because we are in the local development and demo, so I would like to make it faster. And for that, we need to make some adjustments. The default behaving is optimized for throughput, not for latency, of course, and it is great for production. We need to go to our cluster now. I open it in another tab. Here, under setting configuration, here stream ingestion needs to be on, and we click save. This might take some time, between 5 or 10 minutes, so I pause the recording and I will come back after the setting is enabled. Now we need to enable a streaming ingestion policy in our table, so let's do that. From here, we go to our query page. I already have the query, I paste it here, run. Okay, great, the policy is enabled. Okay, here I am in Visual Studio, and for saving time, I already created a project and we will walk through it together to see how this application basically works. This application simulates IoT sensors and it sends data to Event Hub every 2 seconds. It has 20 virtual devices across 4 buildings, as we saw it on the drawing at the beginning of the video. So let's go through the code. I installed 2 NuGet packages, Azure Messaging Event Hubs and Azure Messaging Event Hubs processor. Then we have our sensor reading class, which is our data transfer object that we are going to send to the Event Hub. So these fields exactly are the same as we have it in our table in our Azure Data Explorer: timestamp, device ID, temperature, humidity, and location. In our program class, we need to grab the connection string first. So for that, I go to Azure, and if you click here, you can grab the connection string from primary connection string and copy paste it here, your connection string, if you are following along. And also here in this field, we have the event hub name, number of devices, send interval seconds. We have our locations, our 4 locations, and we are using the random class for generating some random data to be able to use some dummy data to our event hub. In our main function, we create an instance of event hub producer client. And then we call send batch of readings function. And after that, we wait for 2 seconds for the next round. So what this function does, send batch of readings, basically it just sends some data to our event hub, and it is responsible for that. If we can take a look, here it calls generate sensor reading function, which is here, and this function is responsible for generating random data. And also at the end, we have our display batch summary inside send batch of readings function, which is responsible for showing the information to the console. So with that, we can basically run the application and see how it works. I try to put the console application and the window browser side by side so we can see what is going on exactly. We need to change the query here, so I would like to have the count number to check the data flow. Let's run how many records we have so far in the table is, for example, now 1260, 340, 360, 1400, and so on. So now we need to move on to the next step to visualize this information in real time in Power BI. Okay, from the official website of Power BI Desktop, you can download this application in your operating system for free. And also for the Windows users, you can find it in the marketplace. I already installed the application, so we can move on with that. Let's create a blank report first. From the Get Data menu, we click More. From Azure section, we find Azure Data Explorer, and we click Connect. My cluster name is here first, then my region or location where I deployed my cluster, custowindows.net. Then the name of our database. I provided a very simple query for the first table that we want to have in our visualization, which basically just fetch the records which are more than 1 hour before. And here in this part, we need to go with the direct query at the very end, and everything remains as default. Click OK. If you are not signed in, please sign in and then click Connect. Our query is loaded here, and before we start, please click somewhere in the canvas, and from this menu on the page refresh, please enable it and put the refresh rate to 2 seconds, for example, here. And then from the object menu, we choose the table and we choose which fields we would like to show on the table. Let's keep it a little bit. Okay. Now if I start the application, we should be able to see the changes in the grid. As you can see, the numbers are changing in the sum of humidity and sum of temperature column in real time. So we are basically able to get the real-time information from our IoT devices right through our Event Hub and then Azure Data Explorer and here in Power BI in our desktop computer. Okay, I try to choose now, for example, the donut chart. And as you can see, the values are changing accordingly. And that's it. I hope this video could bring the value. If you find it useful, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.